Hey, this is Brian King, the Mindset King from themindsetking.com. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, and I hope you had a wonderful time. It goes without saying that yesterday was very educational for me, as most days are. Yesterday was a very rough day, physically speaking. I woke up extraordinarily tired. In fact, and a lot of pain issues too. And I spent until around 3 p.m. in bed yesterday. With the exception of getting up to eat a small meal and get a shower, I was in bed. I was that exhausted. And I spent the day fretting over whether I would be up to going to the family Thanksgiving gathering, which is my wife's side of the family, a group of people I absolutely adore. And up until the last minute, I wasn't sure whether I was going to go or not. But I finally said, you know what, it's once a year. I like seeing these people, and I don't want to let my wife down. She's looking forward to it. Let's go. So we went, and when I was huffing up the driveway with my cane, my wife pointed out that I was moving slower than usual, and I realized that, I am really struggling today. And when we sat down to eat, it was a room full of people. It's a large family. And I quickly began to overheat with all the people in the room. So I got up, and fortunately there was a cooler area of the house where I went and I spent the remainder of the evening. And my wife generously offered to get me a plate of food, and I found that every move seemed to be deliberate. My body was not cooperating. I was moving slower. I had to really concentrate to hold the utensils. My hands were a little shaky. I was having a really bad MS day yesterday. And inside out, it was kind of tearing me up, that I wanted my wife to be able to spend time with her family, but instead she seemed to be waiting on me a lot. And I was feeling guilty about that. And having thoughts go through my mind like, man, is this going to be my future? Is this what it's always going to be like? And, I don't want it to be like this, and I don't want people, jumping around me and waiting on me hand and foot and stuff, and after in some respects it made it kind of hard to enjoy the day just because of where my mind was at. But there were times after dinner where I was able to sit back and we were cracking jokes and laughing, and I felt a little bit more myself again. And at the end of the day, I touched her on the shoulder and I thanked her for all the help she'd given me. And she said, I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't wanted to. And that, I was able to breathe a big sigh of relief from that, because I felt less like I was imposing upon her then in that moment. And it occurred to me that while I felt like I was doing her a disservice by needing so much help, it turns out it was something that she felt a desire to do. So I'm wondering that if I had resisted a lot of help, would I have been doing her a disservice? Something to think about. Because my whole life, or most of my life, I've had so much energy. I've been able to stand on a stage and own that stage and be so impactful for the audience. And now I can barely get out of a chair. And for as long as I can remember, I wanted to be known as the guy who could give all this help and be so helpful. I didn't want to be known as the guy who needed all the help. And I understand people struggling with asking for help at all, for anything. And I'm getting to the point where I need to ask for help for a lot of things. Yesterday I had a plate of cookies on my lap after dinner, and, well, not a huge plate, like 3 cookies, okay? And the last one I didn't want because I was feeling kind of full, and I tried to lean forward to put the plate on the table, and I couldn't muster the strength to lean forward. My body just wouldn't do it. And my wife saw me struggling, and again, she took the plate and put it on the table. I'm thinking, man, I can't even sit up. What the heck is going on here? I don't want to be the person that needs all this help. But you know me, when I get into a mindset like that I'm not comfortable in, I want to improve it. So I slept on it, thought about it a little bit this morning, and here's what I've come up with. A big part of what I talk to people about, encourage, is to live in gratitude. And yesterday I wasn't living in as much gratitude as I could have because I was living too much in anxiety and self-consciousness and some resentment. But now this morning I'm thinking about, well, if my wife wanted to do that for me and I extended gratitude to her for that, if gratitude's a big part of my message and how I want to live my life, isn't allowing myself to be helped, regardless of the degree, part of perpetuating gratitude? Extending my gratitude for her. Allowing her to experience gratitude because I let her help me. She's grateful that I let her help me. I'm grateful that she did. And what if I was able to shift my thinking so that I can live from that place, wherever the gratitude is being generated? Whether, hey, thanks for letting me help you out, or the person's thanking me because I helped them. To experience the gratitude of both parties because I was helped. Now, this wasn't, some huge transformational experience. I'm still working on this, okay? Because it is still hard for me when I have those days where I require so much assistance that I feel frightened by that. And that's something I have to come to terms with, and I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. But I at least wanted to share my thoughts with you this morning on this, because I think it's potentially a powerful lesson for both of us. So those are my thoughts, and I hope they're helpful for you. By all means, please leave me a comment if this is helpful. Please visit my website, themindsetking.com, so you can see all the good things I'm up to. And feel free to share this with a bunch of people that you think can benefit from this message. And if you ever want to talk, I offer free 15-minute consults to anybody who wants to troubleshoot, chat, solve a problem. I'm here to help. And until next time, this has been Brian. Thanks for being you.